In order to succeed, your desire for success should be greater than your fear of failure. That was a quote by Bill Cosby. Today I will be explaining how to calculate your GPA, or your grade point average. As defined by Wikipedia, your GPA is a calculation of the average of all of a student's grades for all of his or her complete education career. In order to rightfully order students according to their grades, the GPA has been being used since as early as 1792. There are two different types of GPA, which are your unweighted and your weighted GPA. Your unweighted GPA is on a 4.0 scale, whereas your weighted GPA generally is on a 5.0 scale. I have an unweighted GPA of a 4.0, which is why I'm the expert on this topic. The reason that I chose this topic is because it involves a lot of math, which is my primary field of interest. By saying this, I simply mean that I plan on majoring in mathematics when I go to college. Firstly, you need to list all of your grades for the year. Secondly, you need to establish a grading scale. Thirdly, you have to assign each graded value from your grading scale. Fourthly, you have to add the values together. Fifthly, you have to divide that by the number of values there are. And once you have done this, you simply round to the hundredth place. Those are the steps. Now let's do an exam. Okay, so we're going to do an unweighted, so that means your scale is going to be your A's will be a 4, B's a 3, C's a 2, D's a 1, and F's a 0. Okay? So now you're just going to put the value you decided next to your thing. So this A will be a 4, this A will be a 4. Your C will be a 2, your B will be a 3, your D will be a 1, C will be a 2, and your A will be a 4. Now you're going to add all of that together. So 4 plus 4 is 8, 8 plus 2 is 10, 10 plus 3 is 13, 13 plus 1 is 14, 14 plus 2 is 16, 16 plus 4 is 20. So once you add all of this up, you're going to get a 20. Now you're going to divide by 7. You're going to get 2, 14, 6. Okay, so you will have about a 2.85 as your GPA. So Flossie has a 2.85 GPA for her year this year. And you can do that with a calculator, or you can do it in your head. In conclusion, your GPA is something that everyone needs to know how to calculate, especially if you are competitive with your grades. This one number can define your entire future. By this, I mean that this one number can decide your rank in your class, as well as whether or not you qualify for a certain scholarship. This number will also decide whether or not you will be accepted into a certain university, and whether or not you'll have to take remedial classes once you get into that university. Throughout your entire high school career, you have to work hard. The reason for this is simply because if you don't, your GPA will have less of a chance of being where you want it to be by the end of your career. By this, I mean that if you goof off at any time with your grades throughout your high school career, it will affect your GPA in a negative way. If you work hard in all of your classes, your GPA will be affected in a positive way. Therefore, it is up to you to decide whether or not you want a good GPA.